the last couple of months, we've seen and heard the breakdown of events between Latto, Nicki, and Ice Spice. I remember saying in one of my live streams that Latto gives me vibes of someone that cries at night, and that Nicki's mouth, she may not be able to handle it. Unfortunately, I think we may be witnessing the unraveling and possible decline of our good girl Latto, okay? It seems like a tumbleweed effect from bad to worst, and I don't know what she's gonna do. Let's start off. First things first, I believe where Latto messed up at and lost many fans was the phone recording of Nicki, bringing up Nicki's creepy husband and brother, the diss track, and the Billboard Awards speech. Like, it just keeps getting worse and worse. Like, girl, stop while you ahead, I think. Number one thing, why record someone unless you have an ulterior motive? Number two, like Nicki said, you've worked with many creeps while knowing their past. What does the creeps have to do with the music? All right. Number three, the diss track didn't make any noise and it's still sitting at under 1 million views. Like, what was the point of the diss track? Oh, girl, if you're gonna come up with a diss track, come up with something hard. The diss track wasn't dissing enough. Like, it wasn't dissing enough. It didn't hit. You gotta hit Nicki with the gut punch, Latto, okay? You can't come that soft. Like, the coke line is played out. We get it. We get it. You think that she does coke. And number four, let's just say you did have a similar speech to Doechii for the Billboard Awards. Why wouldn't you like change it up just a little bit? Like, don't start off with that prior to like getting up on stage to collect that award. That speech was giving cringe. You know how these fans are, Latto. Why would you do it to yourself unless you wanted that type of attention? And you know these fans are gonna make a mountain out of a molehill. So like, what was the point of going up there to start off your speech the same way Doechii did it? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Honestly, the speech seemed like a cry for help, and it did feel calculated if you ask me. And once Nicki came back from hiatus, it was over for you, Latto. I'm sorry. Nicki came back to rain hell on everybody and their mama. What are you gonna do, Latto? What are you gonna do? Nicki's song Red Ruby, the sleaze pretty much ate all the rap girls up, including Latto, and it pretty much gave Ice Spice the cosign that she needed from Nicki so bad. And it's just like, damn, Latto, you still not chose. Unfortunately, you're not chose. I know these fans are getting on Latto's nerves. And I know Nicki and Ice Spice are getting underneath her skin. I know they make her skin boil. I'm just not impressed by Latto's music, unfortunately. But I will say that in my honest opinion, that she raps way better than Ice Spice. Her new song Lottery to me is a bop to dance around, and I love the chorus by Lou Kala. I had never heard of Lou Kala prior to this. The lady has a beautiful voice. It did reach number 83 on Billboards, but unfortunately it dropped off the face of the earth the following week, which was quite sad. And you know, I don't know what Latto's gonna do with that song, but it's almost like she pushed it off to the side and she, you know, went on to feature on Mellow Buck's song, and she also went on to feature on Lola Brooke's song. And to be honest with you, both songs were okay. You know, Latto was throwing her shots once again at Ice Spice and Nicki Minaj. What Latto was missing is that gut punch to Nicki. She needs to come hard. It's just not hitting as hard as she wants it to. And for me, it's kind of like, you know, flopping a little bit. As far as Latto copying Ice Spice, as the saying goes, to me, imitation is the best form of flattery, so it is what it is. A lot of these rap girls have no identity, and whatever is hot, they pretty much hop on it. It is a trend, so you know, Ice Spice is a trend that may end quicker than we expected, or she may have longevity. Who knows? I don't know why, but every time I hear Latto's music, I always think to myself, it's just okay. It always falls flat for me, and to be honest, I wouldn't play it twice on a regular day. I just listen to her music just to review it and then talk about it. But like, Latto's music is not my cup of tea, but I'm sure somebody out there, it is your cup of tea, and you probably love her music every time she drops it. Latto just needs something that would pretty much let everyone know that this is her music, this is her sound, and she pretty much needs to stand out and cement her place in female rap. But I don't know how she's gonna do it, because unfortunately for Latto right now, nothing musically is working out. And because her nickname is Big Latto, aka the biggest, of course the haters are going to clown her when song after song is a flop. It's like, how are you going to be calling yourself the biggest? The biggest in what? What exactly? It definitely isn't female rap. It definitely isn't hip hop. It definitely isn't in the rap category. How possible is it for you to be big anything? Like, make it make sense. It makes no sense to be the biggest if the sales are not matching the status that you gave yourself, Latto. I personally don't think there's a hate train concerning Latto, but because she called out Nicki Minaj, of all people, you know, people love to call Nicki Minaj the queen of rap. Of course, the people who never really liked her, aka the Barbz, they never really I don't think they ever really like anybody that's like talks about Nicki a whole lot or like kisses Nicki's ass. They feel like that person is trying to use Nicki, and once that person flips on Nicki, they're gonna flip on that person and show them hell. You know, I personally feel like they never really liked Latto in the first place, and once Latto did that to Nicki, they used it as an opportunity to say something bad about Latto, to be honest with you. Some of those comments that the Barbz do leave towards Latto, I just think they're a bit ridiculous and uncalled for, and it's just like doing too much. Like back off a little bit. Like, I understand she went against the queen of rap, but come on, y'all, let the girl be. Latto is still young. Like, she's under 25. You know, you live and you learn. It is what it is. But man, some of those comments be getting a little overhand. Like, I just want Latto to go back to the drawing board. You know, ignore the naysayers like the Barbz and myself, you know, because I don't really like your music either, but ignore all of us and pretty much work on your music right now. She stated that she's still discovering her sound in one of her interviews, and fortunately for her, Latto is still very young, so she can turn it around. She can give us more hits, but hopefully she can do this. I personally don't know what Latto can do to sway the public's opinion of her, because she is so cocky. I can sense that arrogance whenever Latto speaks. Like, I can sense that cockiness whenever she mentions how many cars, the jewelries, you know, the buying of this and that by her man that we've never seen. You know, I can sense that kind of arrogance, you know, but I think, you know, she just needs to stop responding because it's only getting worse. She just needs to go ahead and block people and stop trying to defend herself so much. You know, the cockiness that people say Latto has, of course I can certainly see it. And I'm of the firm believer, whenever I look at Latto speak sometimes, I truly believe that she thinks she's on the same level as a Nicki, as a Queen Latifah, as a MC Lyte, as a Missy Elliott, as so many of these greats. But it's just like, you guys remember when she said the other girls are flourishing?
Look how many female rappers is thriving right now versus it being Nicki and everybody else. Now it's
But I just want her to come back down to earth. I just need Latto to come back down to reality, because you are not on legend status yet. You know, I can be a hater at times, but Nicki is literally a legend in the rap game. Latto is a long way from Nicki status, and that's just me being honest. When she said on her live that she has a catalog, this girl might be completely gone in terms of like delusion, in terms of like her head has gotten so big to the point where she truly believes she is at that level where it's like, I'm untouchable, you know, I am one of the greats. When she said that catalog reference, I knew what Little Mo said in that interview with, I believe it was Cam Newton, had gotten to her, because she used the exact same word. Latto, what planet are you on? What are you smoking on? You are not on the same level. I'm sorry, like just because you started rapping at 16 doesn't mean you are on the same level as Nicki Minaj. You might have produced so many songs, but ask your fans or ask people, how many people can remember Latto's hits? You guys in the comment section, tell me how many hits from Latto can you remember? I listened to one of the songs that she stated, Queen of the South, and when I listened to it, there was nothing about that song that was memorable whatsoever. And once again, I'm not being messy or shady, I'm just being honest. Like, you're not on the same level. Latto, please come back down to earth. And I truly do believe that the relationship between her and Nicki is water under the bridge. It's far gone. Just forget about it. And as far as an apology is concerned, it ain't gonna happen. So I wouldn't hold my breath on either end, but you know, in the future it could happen. And as far as her and Ice Spice, I truly do not believe that her and Ice Spice have any real beef, like any real like friction. This is just petty and stupid like comparisons. They were never that close, so there's probably no love lost there either ways. I think the Barbs just need to leave Latto alone, in my opinion, at this point, because the trolling is just getting ridiculous. But on the flip side of the coin, because Latto decided that it was a good idea to keep dissing Nicki on her songs, to keep flipping Nicki's verses and making it her own, that they're constantly gonna be trolling Latto. But you know, this is what they sign up with for female rap. So I guess, you know, Latto keep dissing and the trolls are gonna keep trolling and Nicki's gonna keep coming at you again and again and again. On a side note, you know, this is just a side note. I just want Latto, for the love of God, please Latto, for the love of God, retire the cheetah panties. I'm just asking, you know, as a viewer, as a consumer, you know, like retire those cheetah panties, okay? I don't care what anybody wears as far as underwear. I don't care what anybody chooses to wear, period. But you constantly wearing those panties lets me know that deep down the Barbs have gotten to you mentally. They've gotten to you, they've eaten away at you, and every time you wake up and see something, it's just like you constantly have to defend yourself. It's like you shouldn't have to prove yourself to anyone. You shouldn't let anybody have this much power over your headspace. Like, you shouldn't let anyone have that much power to the point of having to prove something that's not necessary. The cheetah panties are played and it's just like tired. First it was the eBay selling, and now it's you wearing it in music videos. Like with the Mellow Bucks music video, you wore it, you were showing your entire behind. Like, Latto, girl, you're doing too much. Now you're on live sweating, and that live was a hot mess. I get you're telling the world that you can wear the panties as much as you want, but at this point, please retire the panties. You don't have to prove anything with the panties or that you're not copying Ice Spice. Please log off, Latto, because the people are getting to you. That live with the ramen noodles, you sweating, you acting somewhat erratic, that live was, you know, it was just a no for me. Like, I can tell that they're getting to you. I can tell that you're agitated as F with everything and everyone. So please log off for your own mental well-being, Latto. This is not a good look. So you guys, let's pray for Latto, and hopefully her career keeps thriving, because it's not looking good based on the sales and the frustration I see just watching through the screen. Like, I can feel her anger.